welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a bit of a different video. It's not going to be a tutorial or anything like that, but I just wanted to kind of tell everyone about some tips and tricks that I've learned being fair-skinned and having red hair. Just some tips and tricks for makeup and what works for me, and like just if you're starting out with makeup and you don't know where to go, and if you do have red hair, it can be a bit intimidating because your hair is a lot more vibrant than brunettes or blondes. So this video is just to kind of help all you girls who really are just kind of starting out with makeup, or you're just kind of curious on what colors are going to look good and where to kind of go to. By all means, if you don't do the things I do in this video or agree with any of the opinions that I have for what looks good, then honestly, it's your face, it's your makeup, you can do whatever you want, and I'm sure it looks awesome. If you're comfortable in it, then that's awesome. So anyways, let's get started. So the first thing I kind of want to get started with is foundation. Foundation can be kind of tough for if you're fair skin, just in general, because fair skin is like a blank canvas. Whatever you put on it is going to show up. So if you get a shade that's too dark, even the slightest bit, it's going to show up a lot more and be harder to blend out kind of than, say, a girl who has a shade darker skin tone. So what I found with foundations is the best thing to do is honestly go to a counter and just get a makeup artist to match you. Once you have that first foundation, then you can judge your new foundations off of that first one. I go into a drugstore and I kind of go off my L'Oreal Lumi because that's such a perfect match for me. So I'll actually sometimes take the bottle with me around the store and just kind of match it in the bottle. And of course match it on the back of your hand, but sometimes that's it doesn't work because your hand can be a bit darker than your skin, especially if you're like me and you exfoliate every night. Your face is gonna be a lot lighter than the rest of your body. So that's probably my first kind of tip in all of this. First get matched, and then you have a guide for the other foundations that you want to buy. Second tip is probably just some suggestions for a bronzer or blush that is going to look really good. A bronzer that I like to use is this MAC bronzing powder. It's this, and it's in the shade Golden. It's very nice. Sometimes if I'm doing a light contour, I will contour with this. Contouring can be a bit scary if you have really fair skin. Just be extra light-handed with the brush, and you don't need that much product at all. Purchasing a bronzer with a slight gray undertone is going to kind of cancel out the look of that orangey tone that might appear on your skin. I find that if something's a bit orange on my skin, it's going to look a lot orange. So anyways, that's probably my best bronzing powder / maybe contour powder for beginners. Moving on to blushes, I love peach blushes on fair skin girls and redheads in particular. I love just the way it makes us have that nice flush. For blushes, I think that a peach blush or a pink with gold running through it is so pretty on redheads. It just gives us such a glow and luminosity to our skin, because sometimes redheads and we have such fair skin, it can kind of wash us out. We look kind of ghostly, these kind of this bright red hair and then pale skin and whatever. But bringing some flush into your cheeks and that inner glow is just so pretty. So my two blushes of choice that I reach for the most would definitely be the NARS Luster Stereo Rose. This, I believe, was limited edition, but you can kind of get the picture with the pink and the gold running through it. It is absolutely stunning. For blushes that you might want to stay away from with red hair, I tend to stay away from the really cool tone, chalky pink ones. If I use a bright pink, I'm so light-handed, and that's at the end of the day what you really got to think of is just with your skin and whatever look you're trying to create. You might have to just be a bit more light-handed, because if you kind of smudge it or it's too much color, you have a lot more work to do to get away that color. It's way better to always start with a little product, go in light-handed, and then build to your desired look. For eyeshadows, and I think that eyeshadows can be so fun, and honestly you shouldn't be limited to what eyeshadows you think are going to look good on you and what aren't. If you have a light enough hand and you have the technique, the brush, it'll look awesome, trust me. But for beginners, or if you're starting out with makeup, or you just really are kind of like more of a neutral girl, you don't want to go too heavy on the eyes, and you have red hair and fair skin, I honestly think that this is a really good investment. Naked palette or the Naked 2 palette, they both have beautiful colors in them, and I just think that pretty much right here is like the perfect palette for a redhead. It has your gold, it has your darks if you want to go out, it has your light colors, it has like matte neutrals. It just has everything for you, and it trust me, like I've got this when it first came out and I've used it almost every day still. Even with all my other palettes, I still always bounce back to this one. Eyeshadows that like gold and neutrals and like a brown smoky eye look so pretty on redheads. And you know, if you want to play with some color, like today I have some blue on, like I don't wear blue all the time, but just like a pop of it on the lower lash line. Or if you want to do purple or pink or something like that. Honestly, whatever you're comfortable with, do that. And maybe some days, even if you're not comfortable with it, just test it out and then you can see if you like it and you can get some practice. Sticking with the eyes, redheads, I don't think there's anything wrong with you wearing black eyeliner. I know that a lot of other sources might say it doesn't look as good and you should stick with brown. I think brown, of course brown looks good as well because it's sticking with all those neutral colors. I've always used black eyeliner. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just like the look of it. I think it's more crisp and clean. But I do own kind of like a goldy eyeliner and I think that looks really beautiful as well. This one is the NYX retractable eyeliner and it's just in number 6 gold. And it's just like a really like kind of light gold color. It just is really pretty. I do think that every redhead should have a kind of brown or gold eyeliner pencil. Not to say that you need to wear that all the time, that's all you can wear. Like I said, black I think looks awesome on redheads. It looks really crisp and clean. Now I think that the biggest misconception with redheads is that we cannot wear red lips. Up until this winter I was totally believing that as well. I thought that, you know, it's going to clash too much with my hair, it's going to look too weird, it's going to look bright, it's going to wash me out. I don't know. I didn't even try red lips really. Go for kind of like a red with kind of a brick red undertone rather than a cool red, then it's going to look really good. This winter I actually experimented a lot with red lips and I found that I really did enjoy them. As well with that, I do have some friends again who do wear red lips. If you want to wear a cool tone red, I think that's totally fine. It's going to make your teeth look a lot whiter. The only downside to the brick red lipsticks is it does kind of yellow your teeth no matter how white they are. This is the color that I enjoyed so much this winter and it's the Viva Glam 1? Yeah, Viva Glam 1 by MAC. It's so pretty, it's just looks beautiful. Now if you want to go for something a bit brighter, which I have been loving this season, is just bright lips, then I would go for a fuchsia rather than kind of like a cool tone pink. I think fuchsia looks amazing, or even like a violet color with plum undertones, like, you know, that in the purple family. I think it looks so pretty. One thing I would stay away from is the really pastel-y lilac purples and the really pastel-y pinks. I kind of find that it washes you out, washes your skin tone out, and it just really clashes, doesn't look right. So I would opt more for a brighter fuchsia or brighter violet, like those really intense colors. So one that I have been loving right now is the Revlon Just Bitten Kissables. And this is in Love Sick Passiony. Looks like this. It's really beautiful. It's just kind of like a purpley plum color, but it's like a purple fuchsia almost. It's just so beautiful, and again, I've seen other girls who with red hair wearing it, and yeah, it looks awesome. On to another really big misconception is that redheads cannot wear orange lips. Now up until this season, orange lips weren't exactly the largest trend, but this spring and summer they are becoming increasingly popular. If you want to get onto the orange lip bandwagon, I would suggest going for a lighter orange. You can go for a dark orange too. I haven't really experimented that much with it myself because I just love this orange so much, but it is the Lime Crime in Cosmopop. This color is a very creamsicle color. It's beautiful, and my favorite way to wear it is putting on a pink nude gloss over top. I feel like it cancels out like the really intense orange and makes it almost like an orangey peach pink color that looks so good. Anyways guys, that's the end of my video. I hope that you enjoyed it and maybe you learned something, or maybe you didn't and everything I said you already knew. Anyways, I just wanted to get this video out there just kind of to help, like I said, my fair-skinned ginger girls that may be a bit intimidated by some makeup and or maybe feel sad thinking that they can't wear certain colors of makeup, because I was there. I was there. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. And even share the video if you're feeling like it. Also, I will leave my blog down below. Anyways, have a great day, guys, and I will see you next time.